All right, what's up? Welcome to the stream. So we do have some breaking news. Cetus protocol was absolutely hacked this morning, and before it could seem like a little bit of clickbait, um, but unfortunately, none of this has to do with the meme coin projects. The protocol got hacked, so I'll get into it. It's a still developing story right now. I messed up my freaking cash tag in the title. Give me a second here, guys. So let me put SUI right there. I messed up my cash tag, but absolutely insane. And it's no fault of some of these meme coin projects. So it's insane. What's up, Jayhawk? How we doing? Welcome. Good morning. Dadzilla, good morning. What's up, Peter, the cabbage eater? So if you guys didn't know, there was an announcement earlier. So there was an incident detected on our protocol, and our smart contract has been paused temporarily for safety. The team is investigating the incident at the moment. A further investigation statement will be made soon. We are grateful for your patience. What's up, Obaid? How you doing? And then if we go to like Jake's status here, give me a second. He did report on it, and it's crazy. And these are all the SUI meme coins that are down significantly because liquidity was drained. So absolutely insane. Like, this is a big deal, huge news. It's still developing. We're still going to figure it out in real time. There's some other information. So Jake says so obviously Cetus protocol is the main liquidity provider for SUI in the SUI tokens, right? For the decentralized exchange. So $11 million plus in SUI drained from SUI and USDC pool, with most meme coins down 90% as pools are emptied. A terrible situation that will be monitored closely. So, insane. What's up, Charlie? As soon as I bridged over, it gets hacked. I know, dude. Insane. What's up, the Dragontron? How you doing? The Dragonontron. Excuse me. Charles, good morning. Good morning. Obaid, what's up, boys? All the old gang in the house. What's up, Crypto Vegan? How we doing? Welcome. What's up, Glenn? Yeah, morning stream. It calls for it. This is insane news. Like, it's a huge deal. I think SUI reported on it. Give me a second here. I'm trying to find more stuff on it. SUI did report on it. So obviously SUI, the main network, right? So at 3:52 a.m. Pacific time, we became aware of an incident concerning Cetus. The Cetus team has our active support in this ongoing investigation and will provide further updates as soon as they become available. Now, I just hope this is like real authentic, like, because the crypto space, guys, like we're no stranger to hacks. We're no stranger to big events like this, right? I just hope that it's actually a bad guy and not some weird typical run-of-the-mill crypto shit going on here. And it just sucks because a lot of people are going to be affected by this. But I do think that a lot of these crypto products are going to be able to, pick themselves up and continue to still do the things they've been doing in the space, right? Give me a second here. Let's see if Adeni said anything yet. This is the founder of SUI. He hasn't said anything yet. Let me check my main feed. Let's see. David made a post about it because a lot of people thought that Lofi, like rugged, everybody's saying Lofi is a rug and those sorts of things. It's not. See, this protocol was hacked. Okay, here it is. So he posted this earlier. This is the Lofi dev, right? Obviously the biggest meme coin on SUI, right? GM, sad morning. Just woke up to see there's a serious hack or bug that has compromised Cetus. I don't have too much information at the moment and will not spread FUD on things I am not fully educated on. However, I can assure you, no one on the Lofi team knew the chart. You can see the massive liquidity drain across the entire ecosystem. I have faith the people at Cetus and SUI will make this right. Following this, we will move our liquidity to a new platform. Most importantly, we will come back stronger because the Lofi community is strong. Much more than a meme community, it's destiny. It's destiny. The Yetis will not be stopped. Right now, I feel absolutely gutted, but I will rise up and figure out everything for those who believe in Lofi. Rest assured, I will put 120% effort daily to get this right. More updates to come. And someone like David, like this developer, he's going to get it right? Every time. He's going to get it right. So this is another, this is on Binance News. So according to Blockbeats, on-chain data reveals that the Cetus protocol, a liquidity protocol for the SUI network, has experienced a significant security breach. Hackers have reportedly stolen assets exceeding $150 million. The incident highlights ongoing security challenges with blockchain networks. So same old stuff, right? That we've kind of been involved with before in the crypto space. Same old people fucking hacking and wrecking people, right? Good morning, Alexander. How you doing? I appreciate you, and I miss you too. Never heard of Cetus, but I love a big dip. Good time to buy. Well, the thing is, like, there's a lot of these projects. Like, let me go to SUI right now. The liquidity is drained. Liquidity's just gone. Let's go to CoinGecko and see. Let me see. So these are not accurately reflecting what's been going on. Let me see. I'm still going to try to find more information. Wow, nice. So even CZ reached out. CZ says, we are doing what we can to help SUI. Not a pleasant situation. Hope everyone stays safe. Wow, that's pretty awesome for CZ to come out and say that. Ash says we're still holding strong. Yeah. I mean, you got to in this situation, right? And good job to David for getting out in front of this, even though this has nothing to do with the actual project, and I'm trying to find more stuff for it for you guys. Wow, crazy, man. It's crazy to wake up to this. Let me see. And I see a lot of people. Wow, we have an update right here. I see a lot of people blaming these projects, and that's not fair. So this person says there are $212 million inside the SUI hacker's wallet. This is crazy. So, and what's even nuttier too? What's up, Edgar? How you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Miss you too. What's up, Mr. B? Yeah. So Cetus protocol, the main liquidity provider for SUI in USDC, they got for their tokens got hacked. Wow. Insane. So the hackers have that much money, $212 million. I heard that they were bridging it over to Ethereum. Evolution says, hope it's not an inside job. We don't need this kind of bad publicity to crypto when things are starting to pick up. And SUI is catching fire too. So it would be like worst case scenario, right? SUI is really catching fire. Obviously, this has nothing to do with SUI. SUI is fine. It's actually up today to $4. But, Cetus protocol, the main liquidity, I mean, that's a big deal, right? That's a huge deal. I hope it's not insider stuff, and hopefully this is some bad actor out there. And, lately they've been getting pretty good at being able to, stop some of these bad actors. It better not be Lazarus Group from North Korea. It better not. That'd be crazy. Absolutely insane. I'm looking for more. In true typical, crypto fashion, you have people like celebrating this issue, which is insane. Wow. I'm trying to find more information on it, guys. All this stuff is updating in real time. Obviously, this is the chart I showed you guys earlier of all the main SUI meme coins kind of tanking. And, yeah, everything's down like 80%, 90%, 70%, stuff like that. Ash says, I don't think it'll deter people from SUI because it's a good chain at the end of the day. Yeah, absolutely. I agree. I think that SUI is still strong. Like, people are still going to use SUI all day. Just a, bump in the road. Obviously, Axel, Hippo, Square, a lot of these products I work with, right? B-Shark, Suimon, Uni, Pichu, Wet, Blub. I've never heard of Infinite, SUI Glitch, and then of course Lofi, right? It's the SEX, the centralized exchange. Exactly, yeah. Damn, this sucks. Didn't you have a bunch of Lofi? Yeah, a bunch of Lofi. I have a lot of SUI meme coins. It's the exciting hacker, so they can force. It's the exciting hacker, so they can force us to use their wallets and be insured. What do you mean, Mr. B? Does Cetus recover? I think so. Absolutely. I think the SUI ecosystem's so strong. There's so many people supporting it. I think they'll fix it. Array says, "Man, this is crazy." Yeah, it's nuts. Yeah, it's actually nuts. I'm gonna try to get more information for you guys. Okay. Man, crazy. West Coast will wake up soon. Let's be optimistic, fam. Yeah. They'll make it right. Obviously, it's a big shock this morning, right? And this is not a SUI problem. This post right here from Free, which is my boy. He says the Cetus exploit or whatever happened is the main reason you see huge institutional money flowing into ETH. Not all these other L1, not all these other L1s. I do like SUI, but institutions want to build on something secure. This has nothing to do with SUI. This is the Cetus protocol. So keep that in mind. This has nothing to do with SUI, right? Obviously, Cetus, big decks, right? So, Selmo says, "What's up, Selmo? How you doing?" And happy 33 months on the channel. I appreciate you. Says, "Breaking first ever XRP futures ETF to launch on Nasdaq today." LFG, yeah, XRP is doing some big things. LPs are blocked for trading by the protocols, or they vanished. Well, what happened is a lot of liquidity was stolen from the protocol. It's like if one of the other big decentralized exchanges, that we've been using forever, get hacked. I don't know what you mean by that though. Richard says, "I have a lot of liquidity locked. All my alts are there, but most of my SUI coins are gone." Yeah, SUI coin for now. Edgar says, "I'm about to fight somebody." I'm trying to figure out some more stuff about it. It's going to be interesting because obviously, this is a huge deal in the crypto space, and we have people like Zach XBT, and pretty much all the blockchain sleuths are going to be coming out and trying to figure what's going on. And then we have the CEO of Binance, the current one right now. CZ mentioned it too, but we have the current CEO of Binance saying, "We are aware of concerns surrounding SUI at the moment. Our team is doing everything we can to provide assistance and support the ecosystem." Senor Rojas says, "This should remind everyone to protect your wallets." It's one of those things where, the regular user really can't do anything. We couldn't do anything, but we'll find out more probably today, and I'm going to be streaming for a while, and the rest of the week. So yeah, Richard says they are established. I think they'll make good. I think so too. Yeah. Yeah, not a wallet issue. Yeah. How to buy these dips on SUI memes? How to buy it? I mean, are you asking should you buy it? Let's see, coin market cap. Let's see if SUI is actually tanking itself. So SUI's down, yeah. SUI is down 2% on the day when everything else. Well, over the last hour, it's down, but really, it's not. Unfortunately, I heard even USDC. Even USDC on obviously that sucks because you have all your stable coins. So hopefully they fix that. Selma Fuzz says SUI will make it right. They are top-notch ecosystem. I agree. Check trading view chart. All right, let me check it right now. Yeah, I mean, I could see it here on coin market cap, and trading view is going to give me minute by minute and whatnot, but it is down. Well, still up on the day, but yeah, I mean, it absolutely ran this morning, which is interesting because the hack happened at 3 a.m. So, oh no, maybe it happened right around this time. So it just dumped. Yeah. So SUI was trading around maybe $4.20. I'll check TradingView right now. Let's see. Wow. That's absolutely insane. Nutty. Three M in which time zone? Pacific time. Pacific time. The numbers don't add up on the decks. What do you mean? Armand, good morning. Says Yo just got in. What's up, Rodney? What's up, man? Big Cetus protocol hack. SUI meme coins just tanked. Okay, 1 second. Let's do hour. All right, this is the chart on TradingView, and you can see over the last hour. This is a Swede, a US dollar Coinbase, and yeah, down significantly. So yeah, massive dip for us, SUI. But in these situations, like you have to understand, like the brand of SUI is still big, it's still strong. Like Cetus protocol got hacked, but this is like a perfect dip buying opportunity, and a lot of people are going to buy the dips. You know what I mean? Well, the thing is, like, you could buy. So Teflon Don says, "Hey, bro, what SUI memes would you recommend buying now, as it's a great buying opportunity after what happened?" Definitely Lofi. I like Squirt, Pepe on SUI. There's a bunch of, I mean, really any of the ones that dip that you had already. But remember, this is not a project problem. This is a liquidity issue. So a lot of your wallets are going to show up. Like I have a SUI meme coin wallet. And since the liquidity is all wonky, it shows that I have like $10 million worth of meme coins, but the liquidity is wonky. So that's not legit, you know? So when it's tough, right? The liquidity pools have to be like figured out before you're buying a bunch of these meme coins, you know? So just keep that in mind. Armand says, and Bud, toot my man. We got the whole gang in here. You're welcome, Teflon Don. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, let me see if there's more information on what's going on. Jake makes a good point. He's like, you can do everything right, not click links, use hardware wallet, turn 2FA on, and still wake up to your crypto getting hacked and stolen. Hoping to see this protocol team is able to fix the situation and make all SUI investors whole. Staying hopeful. Yeah, we hope so. It's a lot of money. Let's see if Watcher Guru even reported on it. I don't think they did. No. So it hasn't even made like the main headlines just yet. Remember, the West Coast is just waking up. This person says, wow, I lost 6 figures in SUI coins today. What happened? Obviously, we know Cetus protocol got hacked. Wow. Is it safe to buy SUI right now? I mean, it dipped massively for a big FUD event, and it has nothing to do with actual SUI from what we know right now. Like, I think it is. But it's just important not to panic in this situation, right? Let me see. This hack shows that SUI will never flip SOL. Guys, this has nothing to do with SUI, just Cetus protocol. It's like a protocol on SUI. Big decentralized exchange, right? It's not SUI itself. But people are going to think that, so they're going to dump their SUI, and it's a good opportunity for you to get in. Like, SUI is fine. Like, nothing happened with SUI. It's their biggest liquidity provider. Like, it's not them, you know? Yeah, just use a different liquidity provider. The thing is, like, all these tokens use Cetus protocol because it was like the thing to do. And like I'm kind of like hurting for the people who have stable coins on SUI, like USDC. Because the other day, like, we were seeing like a lot of inflows to USDC on SUI compared to any other network. But then, of course, Cetus protocol is a liquidity provider, and that's not good. Like, you have a stable coin, you expect it to be stable. I would wait a bit until there are official statements. Yeah, there are some official statements. This is the only really official statement, which this is kind of weird. Check this out. So they just post a bunch of times. Like, it's the same post. It's pinned, and they posted it like in a thread themselves. So it says, there was an incident detected on our protocol and our smart contract. Smart contract has been paused temporarily for safety. The team is investigating the incident at the moment. A further investigation statement will be made soon. And there's like a thread of the same tweet, which is weird. I thought it was like an actual thread of like letting us know what's going on. Trump should give a call to Lazarus. I bet you, bro. I bet you. Lofi is on 16 million market cap on Cetus. All the people that left Sol to go to SUI memes shouldn't have left the GOAT. I mean, you don't want to kick people while they're down, bro, But people are going to do it. I just bought more Axel. Hey, there we go. Like, and you got to, and you, if there's one meme coin I'm buying, it's Lofi, for sure. For sure. For sure. So obviously Lofi down 20% on the day, which is up actually from earlier today. GM Poseidon, how we doing? Good morning. Good morning. So there was an official statement, but it was kind of a nothing burger. They're still investigating it. They don't know exactly what happened yet. But it's nice to see even like the Binance CEO saying, hey, we're going to help out everyone and, do what we can, which is great. And like I've said before, like what we've noticed recently was they're able to really track these guys. Now, are they going to be able to recover the funds? If it's from a foreign entity, no, because Lazarus Group, they figure out ways to, to fucking wash the money and those sorts of things and steal it successfully. But if it's like a typical hacker, maybe not associated with a foreign nation, like I'm just mostly talking about North Korea here. There's going to be ways for them to freeze the funds and those sorts of things. Can we get them back? I don't know. Cointelegraph reported on it. Cetus main LP provider. So look at Cetus main LP provider DEX on SUI allegedly hacked. $11 million in SUI drained from SUI USDC pool, with most tokens down 75 plus as pools are emptied. Crazy. So this is not a SUI problem, but people will say it's a SUI problem, which again provides a good opportunity for you to buy the dip. No response from the SUI team yet. SUI did remember, it's not a SUI thing. They did make a response, but it was just saying that they're going to be helping Cetus protocol. So it says at 3:52 a.m. Pacific time. So 3:52. So wow. So if we look at TradingView, which is trying to make me join for free, right after the hack happened is when people started dumping their SUI. So a lot of people sold their bags based on what was going on with Cetus protocol, which whatever, but so right after. So the timing matches up. It says we became aware of an incident concerning Cetus. The Cetus team has our active support in this ongoing investigation and will provide further updates as soon as they become available. So SUI did respond. But they're still looking into it. Let's see what some of the comments say. People shilling meme coins. Jake says, terrible situation. Hopefully Cetus and SUI can make it right for the millions of investors that have lost big from this preventable error. This person says, as a huge SUI supporter, I believe that you guys will fix this and make the ecosystem whole. This is y'all's chance to respond and handle this appropriately and build the trust around SUI. Growing pains happen. If they are fixed properly and promptly, then the entire ecosystem will flourish and rally. Like, it's going to be hard to be able to pump all this money back into Cetus protocol if it's not secure, though. They have to figure out where the problem came from, Has my money from SUI USDC gone forever, or will see this refund? We're hoping that they figure out what the issue was, and because if it's an exploit, like, we have to figure it out before we just pump money back into these projects, right? Keep that in mind. Larry says, I literally just put 4K last night, shaking my damn head. My toilet got flushed. This is the end for SUI, probably for the best. There's enough oh my goodness. Come on. We got a Sol Maxi in here. No, I don't think so. Cetus protocol for security reasons. The protocol smart contract has been temporarily paused. Yeah, exactly. Rodin, don't you think it was a bit dangerous for SUI from the beginning that they only use one liquidity provider protocol? It's not the only one, but it's like the chosen one. There's more. What has happened has now brought the whole network to a halt. No refunds in crypto. I was about to buy Lofi last night too, so glad I got busy. There's no such thing as a refund in crypto. No, there's no such, but they could, pump liquidity back into the projects or recover the funds. It's happened before. Crazy. Yeah, this is a good point too. So Mel says, if you're the type to use a major hack to an LP provider as a way to attack products that were affected by this and kick others while they're down, you're a cunt. Absolutely, right? Blaming this on products is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So SUI is still in the green on the day that is true. So again, CZ says Binance is helping SUI after the exploit. Not a pleasant situation. Hope everyone stays safe. CZ like chiming in really quick is like absolutely insane, right? Wow. So the SUI hacker, I guess, made $198 million. Jesus fucking Christ. SUI hacker. So this is an interesting update. So I guess the SUI hacker is buying Ethereum, which is crazy, right? That's nuts. The SUI hacker is buying Ethereum. What the fuck? Already bought a bag of 60 million Ethereum. That's crazy. So that could explain why SUI is dipping massively. They're swapping out their SUI for Ethereum. Which, are we seeing an Ethereum pump today? No, not well. Yeah, kind of a little bit. Yeah, 4%. Obviously, that's not gonna do much to Ethereum, but why can't they just blacklist the wallet? It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. If it's an exploit, you can't just blacklist it. This is not the end for SUI. This is not the end for SUI. If the best thing you can do in this situation is just relax, stay calm, and let them figure it out, right? And important not to blame the projects for this. And Bitcoin's like this is supposed to be a great. Bitcoin just hit $111,000. Holy shit, Anyone seen the Xanax? I just rinsed 40K. What's up, Bud? Jayhawk in the chat. Charles says, what a time to be alive. Never a dull moment in the crypto space, I'll tell you that. So more information is going to come out live, so we'll just hang out and cover it live, guys. Thing is, even if they figure it out, people will roll out and crash the shit. I do think that a lot of people will probably sell once if some of these products are made whole, but as time goes on, they'll be fine. I bought Lofi last night. I was going to wait until this morning, man. I know, it's part of it, man. Yeah. So Steve Jones says not possible, especially since he most likely sent his funds to many different wallets after the hack. Yeah, these guys are smart, right? If they're going to do a hack like this, they're going to make sure they, spread all their funds out and try to tumble it, wash it, and those sorts of things. Use different like privacy coins or protocols like Tornado Cash in order to hide the money, right? Like Monero, again, Tornado Cash, different privacy coins. I'm sure there's more. And they're not going to use one wallet. They're going to hack maybe one major drain to one wallet, then disperse it out to many other wallets and keep doing that. So Blank says, DEX is the core and heart of a native token ecosystem. When DEXs get hacked, man, everything will fall. It's like if Uniswap got compromised on Ethereum, like it'd be huge, right? Leaning on my faith in God for this one. Yeah, if you guys got affected major, like I got affected huge in this. Like I'm right now, but I'm hopeful. But yeah, I got absolutely wrecked, so don't feel bad. Like I'm a huge SUI investor and I'm a huge SUI token investor. Like I'm absolutely wrecked this morning, like bad. But I believe that the SUI team can handle it. And hopefully they figure out what's going on with Cetus protocol, get to the bottom of it. And I do believe in the products that I'm in, So Steve Jones says, yep. Yeah. These hackers are not just gonna, leave everything in one wallet. They're on it right away. Let's see what else has gone down. If we got any update from Cetus. Yeah, everybody just getting wrecked this morning. I bet I haven't even checked any of my Telegram messages. I bet they're going crazy. Kind of. And shout out to, Kevin Schmidt and David for getting out there and, talking to the community for their products. Obviously, Keith, dev of Axel, David, dev of Lofi and whatnot, so it's important not to overreact. I mean, you can react accordingly. It's a big deal, right? But let's just hope for the best. Jay Prodigy says, fucked all my Bitcoin investments chasing Sol meme tokens and now 111K a Bitcoin. Yeah, that's the thing about Bitcoin is that if you're in crypto, I always recommend just focusing on Bitcoin first and spending the rest on whatever. But yeah, a lot of people just say fuck Bitcoin and gamble on meme coins because the upside is so high, but Bitcoin over time is going to outperform. I wouldn't say outperform everything, but it's the safest bet, right? Imagine just woke up and see the red. It sucks. I woke up like 45 minutes ago, so I feel you. I got a text from Jake saying, dude, Cetus protocol hacked. Sucks because SUI is so fast and efficient. Yeah, remember, it's not a SUI issue, but yeah. My C stash is wrecked. This is a real test for the Cetus team. I hope they are able to recover and replenish our funds. Me too. Yeah, absolutely. Let's see what else we got here. SUI hanging around $3.07. Moon says the entire chain just went to zero. Why is SUI up 2% on the day? What else we got here? A lot of people are talking about it. All right, here we go. So this is a nice little breakdown of exactly what happens. Massive exploit on SUI blockchain, incident overview. Cetus protocol, the primary liquidity provider on SUI, has suffered a significant exploit. Exploiter gained full control over SUI denominated liquidity pools, resulting in widespread draining of funds. Financial impact. Initial reports suggest allegedly over $200 million in liquidity has been compromised, and that number has been confirmed, right? Exploiter actively bridging USDC off-chain in $1 million batches. So again, remember this person, like we said before, breaking it all up. SUI USDC pool alone drained for approximately $11 million. So obviously USDC stablecoin, right, on the SUI network, right? Tokens paired with SUI severely impacted, price collapsing by 70-90%. Affected tokens and trading. Majority of meme coins and tokens paired with SUI severely down, 79%. Decentralized exchange swap compromised. Trades failing due to drained liquidity pools. A lot of people are panicking and selling and freaking out and shit, which is the last thing you should do, but people are going to do it anyways. Market reaction, severe panic and confusion among holders due to inability to manage positions. Prices on centralized exchanges remain comparatively stable versus DEX markets. Current situation, awaiting official Cetus protocol response, no formal acknowledgement or mitigation measures announced yet. So they did acknowledge it, but we didn't get any mitigation measures announced yet. Situation remains highly volatile and ongoing. Caution strongly advised. Avoid interacting with SUI blockchain tokens until official clarity and communications emerge. And that's the point. And since then, we've had, the CEO of Binance, former and current CEO of Binance come out and said they're going to help, SUI out in any way. SUI said they're going to figure it out, get to the bottom of it. We got more notes. The situation is rapidly developing. Information provided is based on current aggregated available findings and may change as new details emerge. Please exercise caution, verify through official channels, and avoid interactions with affected assets until further official confirmation. Right? Someone says, hold on, seen this Discord message floating around claiming, quote, it's not a hack, but rather an Oracle bug. To me, this doesn't fully align with the scale of the nature of observed liquidity drain. 200 million plus systematically bridged out. A simple Oracle issue wouldn't typically grant exploiter control over multiple chain liquidity pools or result in structured asset movement off chain. Let's see what happens. Hopeful for some positive updates soon. Yeah, so this is not a bug. This is not a bug. It's an exploit, right? Let me read some of these comments. Yeah, they were talking about a bug, but it's not a bug, yeah. Fast means more fragile triangle of crypto. Bitcoin next dump to 70K. I've been hearing that forever. DeepBook is my main SUI investment, and it's actually holding up well. They probably had the liquidity provided across all platforms. Javi celebrating 34 months. Thank you so much. Says good morning, everyone. Javi, what's up? Good morning. Good morning. Had my Javi coffee. Drank it already. I heard about the bug though. Jump in iSpace. It was the Flash loans that made Cetus protocol compromise. Keith and Axel brought this problem up to Cetus months ago. Flash loans. I don't want to jump in this. I guess we could jump on the space, but I just want to see like real time what's coming out. Or maybe we can't jump on there for a second. Let me read some more of these comments. F. Joe says, yo, SUI. I think now is a good time to buy small until they fix this. Yeah, if they come together as a community, it will be okay. Look at what happened to SBF. Absolutely, yeah. Let me see.
Funds on Bluefin are safe.
Yep, can confirm with you as well. All funds on Bluefin are safe. Really, the only thing affected at the moment was Cetus and anything connected to Cetus.
Okay, let's rotate. Go ahead, Aaron. Go ahead.
I was going to interject because I heard someone said earlier about diversifying liquidity, and my wife was just reading about some more details on chain about this issue with the DEX. So when the liquidity is accessed, and they have basically I think 160 million worth of SUI, something like that, and a lot of it's being right now rotated into the ETH. But what they have also too is the tokens. That's why there's a massive sell-off happening. But supposedly Cetus can pause trading on their DEX. That's why some of your guys' tokens, if you look on chain at on like DEX Screener or DEX Tools, you'll see that there's been no trades for a while on the Cetus DEX because they've stopped it. So the tokens are being moved around now to wherever there's liquidity available. And that's kind of what's happening there. Now, I was going to say or suggest earlier that for people that want to still trade on chain that don't have access to a centralized exchange, or projects that might be here that are on SUI, to look into utilizing Wormhole Portal, or also known as Portal Bridge, to multi-chain your token to another chain and set up a liquidity pool there is to enable trading. But before even doing any of that, I would probably highly suggest going on chain and seeing, who's holding what. Because if the LPs were accessed and they're selling until they pull all the liquidity out, you may have some wallets that belong to this individual that's doing this. And if you do set up additional liquidity, they will utilize it to access it. And so they're probably not going to send tokens to a centralized exchange because.
All right, so we're not really getting any more information, but that space is popping right now. Maybe it is an issue, but the funds are gone and will never come back. Well, we don't know that yet. Let me see. But you can't buy on DEX because transactions fail. Yeah, so Cetus protocol says they're going to be pausing everything. So let me see. The worst thing about this is it's just another black eye on crypto in general. Bad time for something like this to happen on any chain. It is. It is bad. It always seems like, and obviously it's not affecting the rest of the crypto space. Like it's going to affect the SUI meme coins or the SUI ecosystem pretty much, and SUI itself. Like a lot of people panic sold, which I think is a mistake. Or maybe they can buy back in at a cheaper price. Maybe as more and more people wake up, more and more people will freak out. Because remember, the West Coast is just waking up right now. It's 6 a.m. on the West Coast. It's 9:30 over here, but it's 6 a.m. over on the West Coast. And they might overreact to it and sell more. You know? But it does look like the price is kind of, we dipped all the way down to a $12 billion market cap, or excuse me. No, yeah. So it's kind of just stable. It's trading sideways right now. Ish, I guess you could say. The hour candles are just gnarly. It's only been 3 hours, but these are gnarly. Like these are massive red candles, right? And we're all the way up to $4.20, which is insane. There it is right here. Yeah, the price. Yeah, $3.80 right now. Went all the way down to, you have a red candle down here to $3.60. It was up to $4.20, which is funny, 420. The Matrix is attacking us. How much Bitcoin they're holding? Well, what we know right now is that the people are swapping it for Ethereum. Selma says Bybit steps up after SUI network breach, offering intelligence and support. The incident highlights growing concerns around blockchain security and cross-platform cooperation. Well, that's nice that Bybit's stepping in. Bybit's, I think, the third largest exchange in the space right now. Wow. Okay, so yeah, so we're hearing that the SUI hacker is buying Ethereum, already holding $60 million worth of Ethereum. Which none of these are like verified news sources. It's just people that I get news from. Sometimes they're like spot on. Sometimes they just say shit, you know? So just keep that in mind. But we're hearing it from more than one source. But usually when one source puts it out, like everyone runs with it. So it could be legit, could be not legit, those sorts of things. So just keep that in mind, guys. Keep that in mind. Let's see. I'm looking for more stuff on it. It's good that CZ, is coming out saying that, like this right here. We are doing what we can to help SUI. Not a pleasant situation. Hope everyone stays safe. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Mike. Yeah, absolutely. Yep. That's what's going on. SUIDEX, Cetus suspected of being hacked, over $200 million of potential losses. Yep. I hope they track that fucker. What I worry about is that it's North Korea. North Korea does this Lazarus group. They do this all the time. Tutaporia says, will you trust Cetus again after this? The thing is, no. Nobody will. Even if you want to trust them again, you can't, because we have to figure out how this happened. First of all, we don't know how it happened. It could be anything right now. I'm assuming it's North Korea again. Like they do this stuff, right? They were doing the Bybit hack, and Edgar, what are you posting, bro? Edgar posted some crazy. Edgar's in the chat, by the way, posted some crazy shit right now. Anyways, Edgar, what are you posting, bro? No one's gonna trust it. We don't know how this happened. It just, people will lose trust in something like that after a big issue like that. I mean, who knows? Bybit was hacked recently. People still use Bybit. Lol, it's not North Korea. Who do you think, J&L Investments? Unless it was CZ that did it? No. Why would CZ wouldn't do that, bro? CZ wouldn't do that. Trump making moves. Maybe this guy is moving some of these funds over there. No, Eric Trump, obviously Trump's son, is a really big SUI bull. They wouldn't do some shit like this. They wouldn't do anything like this. I'm looking for more updates, guys. And if you guys have any updates in the chat, let me know so we can look at it right here. Sup, bro? Much love. Hope you're having an amazing day. So far, it's pretty bad. I did it. I appreciate you guys assuming that I'm that smart. I am not. It was India. Why are we blaming India, bro? You know what's crazy is that some of the bigger hacks from the biggest hacks right now that we're seeing, or not biggest hacks, but like scams, are coming from like American people for Coinbase. They know we're not buying the Indian accent anymore. You know. Hello, Roddy from Kuwait. What's up, Stacey? How we doing? Kuwait in the house. Cristiano Ronaldo is the hacker. Sweet. Yeah, so important to understand this, right? People don't, they don't. People don't understand, but this is not a SUI issue. This is a Cetus issue, right? But people need to know this. You know, this is not a SUI issue, Cetus issue. Biggest liquidity price is hit by, yeah, it's 260 million now? Jesus Christ. Yeah, SUI based tokens have plummeted 90%. That is true. We have a chart up here. I'm gonna use the restroom real quick, guys. But if you see right here, like these are all the top SUI meme coins. I'm gonna hit the restroom real quick. I'll be right back. Huh? Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm back. I'm back. Roddy, let's get Tectonic going. Dude, Tectonic, dude, that project is probably dead. It was a project over on the Crow chain. If we see signs like a bedazzled Lambo, we know it was you. One, I would probably never buy a Lambo unless, I just don't think, first of all, I'm not a big Lambo guy, but I'd have to be like uber rich to get a Lambo. Some people will just have barely enough money and buy a Lambo. Or I hear a big thing is people will buy a Lambo, like a group of people, and they'll share it. I believe the Ronaldo one. Appreciate everyone in the SUI community, and thank you, Roddy. You're welcome. Yeah. Oh, I heard that. I know, crazy, bro. Come on, Rodney. Dank been calling you. Yeah, stream is popping, but it sucks that it comes at a cost, right? But at what cost? Isn't Cetus a DEX built on SUI blockchain? Therefore, how is this not still a SUI issue? Yeah, it is, but the SUI team is not responsible for it. You know, it's the DEX, right? It's like if Uniswap got hacked, then we started blaming Ethereum for it. You know, it's a SUI issue, yes, but it's not like, you know, like if Radium or Jupiter got hacked or something like that. Like, I mean, it's probably bad, you know? That'd be bad. But you wouldn't blame Sol for it. You know. Let me give me 1 second here. I'm ordering some coffee right now since we don't really have time to make it. Give me 1 second, guys. Give me 1 second here. Iced coffee. I need to order iced coffee. Iced coffee. Let's get some iced coffee. Let's get a grande iced coffee. Yeah. Let's get some sugar-free vanilla. I don't want to hear your opinions on my drink order, or we can fight for sure. And then let's do a little bit of half and half. That's it. That's all we need is a little bit of half and half. Okay, give me a second here. All right, we don't want to work. All right, cool. Rodney's DoorDash account up 500% this week. We're done. Hasn't ETH had a bunch of hacks before? Protocols, but Ethereum itself, no. See, that's the thing with Ethereum is, first of all, SUI didn't get hacked, right? SUI didn't get hacked. It's a protocol on SUI that got hacked. You know, keep that in mind. But there's been a bunch of protocol hacks for sure. Sell and buy back when the dust has settled. Luke says, I'd rather rent exotic vehicles. No sense in buying something that expensive. They depreciate. I mean, if you had the money for it, fucking who cares, right? Some people have money where it could depreciate. They can pay for all the repairs and stuff, you know. But Ash says, you're making me want iced coffee, but with caramel syrup. Oh, I can't do caramel syrup. No, I can't do that. This person says, "Sweet, you rug the real life gig." See that you're gonna see all these. You're gonna see all these like pages coming out blaming SUI. It's not a SUI issue, guys. You know, SUI, you rug the real life Giga Chad. You must now tweet the Giga CA or else there's no telling what Phantom might do. So this person says, this person says, of course, I tweeted this at the same time. At that same moment, a hacker drained all the SUI out of the entire ecosystem and killed every coin in existence. I guess this person had 50K in LP locked up. This person said, yo, SUI network, the Cetus hack just costed me 50K in LP. I was providing the SUI USDC. Give me my refund or tweet Giga CA. I mean, they're not going to tweet the Giga Chad contract address, guys. Okay, so we're getting an update. So SUI hacker allegedly stole 475 million. There are still funds flowing into the wallet. Absolutely insane. So if this is true, we went from 200 million to 475 million now, which is more than double, which is crazy if that's true. I drink my coffee with nothing as in it as God intended. We don't know if God drinks his coffee like that. We don't know that. Sell and buy back when the dust is settled. I agree. So that's a big. Okay, so wondering why Cetus is crashing. Okay, so obviously Cetus, the actual token, is crashing. So CoinMarketCap wildin'. They gave us a link. They're giving us a link to their price. I mean, to be honest, 22% on the day for this hack. I mean, we might dump more, but that's pretty tame. You know, so Cetus protocol obviously down. CoinMarketCap wildin', bro. Wow. CoinMarketCap wildin', bro. Hey, check how you're getting fucked today, you know? Check this out. SUI is buying the fear. Absolutely, I agree. Fappy Dads, oh Jesus, says, honestly, I got some very low market cap gems when this happens. I aped Pepe and already at 3x up, good longer term. Which Pepe? My crypto space says it appears all LPs have been drained using spoof tokens. Bulla SUI. The attacker used minimal input to drain all paired assets, most likely via mispriced or miscalculated liquidity logic. Really? Where'd you get that from? My crypto space. Where'd you get that from? Eric thinks, yes, Cetus protocol exploit is tough. It's a tough hit, but let's not confuse their protocol vulnerability with the strength of SUI chain. Absolutely, yes. SUI remains fast, scalable, and built for the long game. I agree. CoinMarketCap must have hired Wendy's ex-marketing team. Isn't CoinMarketCap suppressing this circulating supply numbers of XRP? I wouldn't say they're suppressing it. They don't. CoinMarketCap is not a bad website. I know they got a bad rap for fucking with Hex, but to be fair, I think Hex, kind of. You should report something accurately, but they never ranked Hex properly. Yes, the SUI hacker is buying ETH. We do know that, which is kind of fucking crazy. Like, can we not? I guess, honestly, SUI's been outperforming Ethereum like crazy. So, makes sense. Yes, I think that is the Pepe. Yeah. Holy shit. All right, let's see what's up. So we get some more information. It's Pepe on SUI. Yeah, Pepe. It's around a $1 million market cap size. We're probably lower now. Oh, so this is the Pepe I was talking about. So Pepe, okay, so Cetus got hacked. Yeah, that fucking sucks. But the Pepe on SUI token community woke up and bought the dip. This community ain't going anywhere. So it went from 1 million to 230K, now back to 700K within an hour. So this is the Pepe on SUI. Yeah, so it's recovering. Okay, yeah. So that matches up. Yeah. Thank you. It says SUI hacker is buying Ethereum, holding $60 million with ETH. I did hear that. Yes. Remember the FTX crash effect on Solana during the bear market? Not Solana's fault. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And the big thing with Solana too was a lot of people assumed that Sam Bankman-Fried was involved in Solana more than a lot of people thought. Like they thought like he was a part of the project or something like that, like an anonymous developer or something. He was an early investor, but that's it. And a lot of people sold Solana off because of that, you know? Yeah, so the SUI hacker is buying ETH. You can see the different transactions here. Which is fucking crazy, bro. A lot of it. So they're probably going to buy ETH, and they're probably just going to like mix it. They're going to put it in some sort of protocol and make it so the funds can't be traced. But this is a huge issue, so a lot of blockchain detectives are going to be on this. The Willie D caution note. I remember that. Yeah. If you guys don't know, back in the day, Coin Market Cap, there was a popular meme coin called Saitama. Some of you guys know, some of you guys don't. And they hired an influencer or a person to represent their product named Willie D. Well, Willie D is a popular. I think he was a rapper, but he was involved in some scams back in like 2010. And the Coin Market Cap website, they posted that Saitama, like one of the developers, is he went to jail for scamming people, which is kind of out of pocket for CoinMarketCap to put on their website, but I think it was useful information, right? So now we're hearing that the SUI hacker allegedly stole 475 million. So that price went up from 200 million to 475 million. So I don't know the accurate prices, the legit prices. We're getting all different kinds of stuff. Yeah, selling iPhones. Yeah, that was the thing. So wonder what happened to the team. Oh, a lot of them got arrested, bro. I'm trying to find more information on what's going on. I haven't seen like a lot of major outlets reporting on it yet. So no update from the SUI actual main account yet. Let's see if Cetus Protocol said anything. So nothing yet. Just why post this then post a bunch of the same post? It makes no sense, but they did that. But Noob Shaker says SUI making another head and shoulders, might go down again soon. So we get some technical analysis. And just shout out to David and all these other SUI devs out there, really being with the community this morning and talking about the situation. This is tough. Remember, it's not a SUI meme coin project, a SUI problem. It's a Cetus protocol. This is a bad look for Cetus protocol. I don't think people are going to ever trust them again. Regardless of what happened, because we still don't know how this happened. Obey for 22 months says, y'all, did y'all know Jay is raging? Appreciate you, Obey. Thank you so much for spending 22 months on my channel, brother. And we knew that already. Pulsechain.com is way better, bro. I don't think so. Ivan on Tech is doing a live now on the subject. Okay, Ivan on Tech. He's doing some technical analysis. TA is kind of weird with these token with something like SUI right now, because there's just like when a token dumps, I think about three different things. First, news. News will For example, like Elon Musk going on the Joe Rogan show smoking marijuana made Tesla stock dump. Nothing wrong with Tesla. It's just their CEO smoking weed. Market conditions, right? And then, of course, mechanics, right? Is there something actually wrong with SUI? And so right now, a lot of people think there's something wrong with SUI, even though it's not a SUI issue, it's a Cetus protocol issue. And two, there's bad news. So it's super volatile. Remember, the West Coast is just waking up. We don't know how we're going to respond to this. So anytime I look at a project going down, I ask myself three things. What's the bad news, if there's bad news? Two, is the market down as a whole because everything moves together? Or three, is there something wrong with the actual function? Like, was there a network outage? Was there a major exploit? So, and we have two of those things. At least one, people think there's an exploit with SUI or an issue with SUI, which there's not, but definitely the first one is news. A lot of bad news. Lex says, are institutional investors likely to pull out completely after an exploit on this scale? So you got to understand something about institutional investors. They're like the most emotionless people in the space. Like, they don't trade on emotion. And if you're thinking clearly, like, about this whole situation, I see SUI as a net layer one that I'm like super bullish on. Just because a protocol on their network failed doesn't mean I'm not bullish on SUI as a whole, and SUI still has a bright future, like a really bright future. So smart money probably buys more and buys the fear, Yeah, SUI is not down much, actually. Yeah. Will this hack affect the market? No, the overall crypto market is not affected at all. Bitcoin's ripping, bro. Everything's still ripping. I mean, it's a lot of it's trading sideways right now, the entire market. Like, we don't see any big swings except for SUI down 5%, but every other top crypto is just kind of trading sideways. So the entire market's fine. This is crazy. Just as Bitcoin was taken off. Yeah, last night, SUI was at $4.20. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, smart money will buy the SUI dip. I agree. Like, you see right here, like, the entire crypto market isn't really down. It's just SUI is down 5%. Right. And I don't think... and obviously, exchanges are a little different, right? Yeah, so SUI itself is affected quite a bit. It's down 5%. But the issue is not a SUI issue. It's a Cetus protocol issue, right? What other liquidity pools besides Turbo or I don't know what you mean by that. Charlie says, man, that's crazy. Yeah, it's actually nuts. Cetus slipped on a DeFi banana peel. Raul Paul playing a joke on us, perhaps. He did speak at the SUI base camp, right? At least they hacked Cetus while Bitcoin pumped. Imagine if it was March. Yeah, I know. That's a good point. At least the entire market's moving as a whole. So, yeah, if this happened when the market was dumping it, yeah, bad juju. Bad juju. We all wouldn't know what smart money would do. Otherwise, we would be the smart money. Well, I think that it's easier to know what smart money would do, but it's harder to do what smart money does. You see what I mean? Like, you can know all to buy the dip on some of these things. Not to sell, panic sell, but it's harder to do those things because your emotions are tied, right? Tied to what's going on. My crypto space says SUI hacker may have stolen $475 million in funds, continue to move into the wallet. So yeah, so it went from 200 million to 475 million. So that's the news I'm hearing too. I'm trying to find some more information on it. We're not getting a ton right now, just kind of recycled information. Let's join the space again, see if we can hear anything.
These guys have great opinions, but not financial advice for anyone that's in here. Jake, or if anyone else has joined, Josh, maybe if you guys have a question for Adani about the hack specifically, I think maybe good time to jump in. And again, guys, remember, this isn't a SUI issue. This was protocol specific. It was an isolated incident.
Cool. We're getting some good information here.
Yeah, and I'll ask a question out of Adani in just a second, but I just want to say, just like everyone else, it's almost 10 a.m. here. I checked, my portfolio, saw what happened this morning. Obviously, the first thing is panic, but you got to realize that this is not the first time it's happened. You know, there's been protocols that have been hacked. There's been exchanges that have been hacked. This is stuff that happens in crypto. You know, it really is the wild, wild west. You know, it's part of the reason that we love it. It's part of the reason that we hate it. But I just want to say that nothing has changed when it comes to SUI. Nothing has changed when it comes to SUI meme coins and how well they're going to do with the future. And honestly, you know, I always look at things with a positive mindset, but it's better that this shit happens now than if it were to happen the next cycle, right? When we have SUI meme coins that are in the billions of dollars of market caps, and we're talking about massive amounts of money. So I feel for everyone. I mean, and I'm right there with you. I mean, most of my meme coins that I hold are on the SUI blockchain, and I'm sure a lot of you as well. And I do want to give a special shout out to Lofi. I mean, the work that they've been doing in the past couple of months, right? From going from 0 to 250 million, the number one SUI meme coin, all the way back below 10. They're building back brick by brick. They go to Dubai. They're at all these events, and then this happens. But it's part of the game, man. It's part of life, you know. Not everything's just going to be easy. Not everything's just going to be perfect. You have some adversity, and it's all about how you bounce and build back. But the thesis on SUI has not changed. It's still the fastest growing layer one blockchain in the space, and will continue to be. The thesis on SUI meme coins have not changed. It's still going to be the number one place for meme coins in the future. And in 2 years' time, no one's even going to remember this stuff. I know that Ad and I and the team are going to work, you know, with all the different protocols and make sure it doesn't happen again. But we're going to, trust me, guys, in 2 months' time, probably, you know how fast news moves in the crypto space. No one's going to remember this. Everything will be good. So I did join a little bit late. I still don't even have a full understanding. So Adonai or David, I know some people might have as well. If you could just give us just because I'm going to make a video on this as well too. If you could just give us like a brief rundown about what happened, even like 30 seconds, that would be appreciated. And yeah, my message to everybody is just keep your head up, guys. Like I said, we'll forget about this in 2 months' time. SUI's not going anywhere. Lopi's not going anywhere. Meme coins aren't going anywhere. So we'll be very, very good.
Yeah, I mean, if I can give an overview about about $220 million that was affected, of which 160 of that has been frozen already. So there's no access to the
Nice.
160. That would get returned to the Cetus pools.
Oh, good.
It's 60 that the Cetus team and a few other investigative organizations are jumping in to locate and also try to retrieve as well. So yeah, that's the situation right now. The particular nature of the bug on Cetus is being looked into by the Cetus team, and of course, Mr. and SUI Foundation are jumping in to help in any single way. We're all trying to be as helpful as we can through this process. And also, again, I mentioned a lot of lending protocols, borrow protocols have jumped in and paused lending and in this particular time to ensure that there's safety for everybody's funds. I believe those restrictions will be lifted soon, especially when it becomes clearer to the nature of the bug. So we'll know more in the next hour, in the next coming hours. So I would say for now, things are back to normal from a trading perspective. You can still trade on Cetus. I believe even Cetus and SUIland at this moment in time are doing a majority of swaps. I just saw Ruta tweeted that as well. So yeah, you're still able to trade. You're still able to do all the normal things you do. It's just a few lending protocols have paused for now for purpose of safety, which at this point is the right thing to do.
Absolutely.
And the final thing was the nature of the bug. Although we don't know the direct correlation at this point in time, we're still jumping in with a team. We know it's not a SUI systems issue, so we have to be very, very clear. It's not a bug in SUI consensus. It's not a bug in Move.
Okay.
There's a bug in the smart contract because you have smart contract platform that makes it less likely to have many erroneous issues. You could still have user error in code, and that happens. So the nature of the user error, the nature of the bug is what we're looking into right now. And as a result of that, it's happened now. I believe it'll make Cetus and Cetus team stronger. They're one of the smartest teams in the ecosystem. I believe they'll come out stronger as a result of this.
Absolutely. And I'm seeing some stuff online regarding the bug. So is it a bug? Do we know if there was a hacker? Was it exploited? Do we know kind of the origins of how this started?
So of course there's an attacker that took advantage of the bug, that was aware of the bug and took advantage of it. The nature of that attack, I don't know personally. Now the team might know, but we'll share more soon. But I don't know the nature directly myself to be able to share more now.
Cool, man. Well, and last thing.
By the way, you mentioned on Lo-Fi. Lo-Fi team is doing a really good job, by the way, and really, they keep increasing the bar of value engage. I do have a big Lofi bag, so if the Lofi team want to help tell me what we should be doing with some of those funds for community work, I love some of the charitable work they're doing. I'd love to be able to see how I can support that as well.
Wow.
We have been pushing the charity quite hard at ANI, and we did a donation. I don't know if you saw it. It was a donation to a school in Puerto Rico. Their grades 6 through 10 don't have any clean access, or excuse me, don't have any access to clean water. We set up a water well there, and we're building out a course in education course, like an intro to blockchain course that's going to feature SUI. It's going to feature Walrus protocol. It's going to feature Move programming language. And so we're working on both of those things right now. We had such a good turnout from the Mystic Yetis NFTs that we're actually going to continue to raise towards Tayaba, which is an organization in Pakistan to bring some fresh and clean water there. So I'll have to follow up with you, and maybe we can get creative on some of the ideas around this charitable aspect of the Loaf Foundation. But in the meantime, we'll take some of your advice if you have any, or some of the other GigaBrains that are Move devs or build on SUI on maybe what we can do here. I know going forward with Lofi, we will certainly diversify our LP a little bit. We're moving some over to probably Turbo, some more to Steam. And it sounds like from what you said that there were X amount of funds that were hacked. I think you said 220, 203 million, but only a small portion of those were actually extracted, and some of it was frozen. So I don't know if that means we'll be able to recover some of the LP that was removed from Cetus. Is that accurate, or we're
So from the 220, at least 160 has been frozen, at least.
That's good.
So that's recoverable. It's the remainder that everyone's working very hard to figure out where it is and how to get it back. So that's the update for now. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there's hope. That's good news overall.
That's great
I
news.
think.
That's great news.
Yes, good to hear you still have a Lofi bag. And at the end of the day, we what we're trying to do is be this magnet to bring people into SUI's ecosystem. And today's space is also to help explain to people that what has happened. It's not a SUI specific issue. It's a protocol isolated incident, and there are ways that we can recover. And so, yeah, while we have you up here, if anyone else wanted to jump in, maybe ask a question, I think someone else had chimed in. So please go ahead.
I did just want to ask Adeni a really quick question because we did meet at SUI.
So that's important, right? That's huge. Obviously, Adeni, founder of SUI, said that $160 million of the funds were. Yep, just listen. Hold on. So $160 million was frozen. So huge. That's big. That's a lot. That's a lot of it, right? And this, I guess it was a bug with the code and Cetus protocol, I guess, and someone was able to exploit that. So that's a lot of good news. Obviously the exploit happening is not good news, but them being able to freeze funds, and kind of like the collective effort of a lot of people in DeFi coming together and trying to stop this issue. Absolutely insane. Whew. So that's good. That's good. So we don't know exactly what happened, We don't know how they exploited it. Well, we do, but we don't know who, right? So that's crazy that they were able to freeze 160 million. That's a lot, guys. That's a lot. And I guess the $475 million number is just X, not true things, So I don't know. Someone said they're swapping it for Ethereum. Maybe, we don't know. Think about things like this that happen. A lot of people are just going to say shit, and other people are going to run with it. Crazy. Can I get my funds? They were saying that Cetus protocol is good now. You can trade on it. It's good. Tutopia says, I don't want to hear any no charity shit. Focus on getting my funds back. I feel that. God damn. I'm dumb money. I sell SUI now, buy SUI later at $5. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Jayhawk says, yeah, oh yeah, I'm gonna buy this dip. Yeah, absolutely. I need to ape into Lofi. I've been so slow. Dude, Lofi is the most bullish sweep project. It's not even close. Jake's making videos and stuff right now too, and I might have to hop off here and make a video soon. Can I get my funds from? I read that already. Yeah, I think it's good that I make a video. All right, guys, I'm gonna hop off here and make a video. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna make a video. I think I should make a video. Should I make a video, or should I just stay live? What do you think? I should probably make a video. People like videos, like everything all in one little package. You know what I mean? I would never sell my Lofi. You know, absolutely not. I still can't withdraw my liquidity because there's nothing to pull. But yes, you can trade. I believe so. I believe you can still trade. But remember, if you're trading on it, still like that's still, you know, there's gonna be a lot of price impact for some of these meme coins because a lot of liquidity is gone. You know. Yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna make a video. I'm gonna come back in a second. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys. Just be on the lookout for that video. I'm gonna package everything into one little video. Okay. All right. Peace, guys. Bye bye.